busy at work, and so I'm trying to figure out a new schedule that like is good for the channel, good for you guys, and everything. So let me know what you guys think. Do you like a video every other day, or would you like 3 longer videos a week, or a bunch of shorter videos? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, without further ado, let's get started. Ohio State, they played Minnesota. They played Minnesota last week. They won 42-3. I was watching it with my friend, and I saw the score 3-0 in the beginning of the first, and I was like, hey, Minnesota has a shot. Minnesota has a shot. And shortly after I ate my words. So they are still ranked number 1. Now, I think if Miami continues to win, quality wins, I think they might jump over. They might jump to the number 1 spot. But we'll see. Speaking of Miami, they are number 2. They are number 2. They played FSU. Who I think has now dropped out of the top 25, if I'm not mistaken. And Miami's schedule doesn't seem like it's too difficult. They have a pretty good shot of not only going to the ACC championship, but the playoffs. From this point forward, they're playing Louisville, Stanford, SMU, Syracuse, NC State, Virginia Tech, and Pitt, and maybe Louisville will give them fits, but I don't see that. I think they are on their way to an undefeated season. As far as the 28-22 defeat of FSU, it was a pretty good game. It was almost really over before it started. Not before it started, but Miami went up pretty big. And FSU kind of made it close towards the end. Carson Beck was 20 of 27, 241 yards and 4 touchdowns. A change of scenery has done him well. And Malachi Tony, 7 receptions, 107 yards, 2 touchdowns. I think he's only 17 or 18. He's young. He's a true freshman, and he looked really, really good. FSU, Tommy Castellanos, 25 of 45, 272 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. He also was the leading rusher with 16 carries and 57 yards. I don't know. I mean, sometimes I think, especially back in the day, when I say back in the day, 2019 or 2009, 2010, Alabama was a formidable foe, and when you beat them, that was your national championship, right? And I think maybe FSU got a little ahead of themselves. So I think they just gotta go back and play to their strengths, which is the option. I mean, Castellanos ate Alabama up. So we'll see. Oregon, I think they were they on a bye last week? They were on a bye last week, but they are gonna play Indiana this upcoming week. They are number 3. I don't think the Indiana-Oregon game is going to be close, but you never know. Ole Miss is back in action, but they aren't playing anybody significantly great. It's Washington State. They are now number 4 in the AP poll. We'll see how long that is. I mean, the SEC is still a pretty deep conference. The teams usually just beat each other up. So we'll see how long our Ole Miss and Texas A&M are sitting here in the top 5. Texas A&M beat Mississippi State 31-9. OU, I think they're up without their starter. They played Kent State, which is great rain. That was a great game. But I think they're gonna be without they actually ended up dropping in the rankings. They're actually number 6 now. The Red River rivalry is going now. I don't know that it's gonna be a great game. I think Oklahoma wins it. It'll be interesting if Arch Manning can step up and just be the guy. If Texas can be the guy. They didn't look good. They didn't look good against Florida. So we'll see what happens there. IU Indiana is up 1 to number 7. They're like I said, gonna play Oregon, and I think game day is gonna be in Eugene. And I love watching the duck. I love watching the duck in the background. He has the best signs. We have Alabama sitting at number 8 in the AP poll. They played Vanderbilt, and if you would have told me 3 years ago that college game day would be sitting in Tuscaloosa for the Vanderbilt Alabama game, I would have been like, you guys are lying. No way. But because of what happened last year, and they had to feed it down our throat throughout the entire game day, they were there. And I think Vanderbilt, Alabama held themselves well. They looked good. Something flipped on the defense where they're like, we're not gonna let this team beat us, and they played their game. Ty Simpson, as he goes along, is probably just gonna get better. They're just gonna get better. So it'll all be interesting. Let's go over the stats really quick. Diego Pavia, who didn't play his game, 21 of 35, 198 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception, and that 1 interception was costly. He also had a fumble, which was costly, but Vanderbilt looked slightly outmatched in the second half. Alabama just kind of stepped it up. Now, I was nervous the entire time. It made me nervous. I wanted to vomit, but I'm happy they won. Ty Simpson went 23 of 31, 340 yards, 2 touchdowns, and he threw his first interception. Jam Miller, 22 carries, 136 yards, and 1 touchdown. Ryan Williams stepped up, 6 receptions, 98 yards, and a touchdown. Jeremy Bernard is the guy, like their safety valve. It's Ty Simpson's safety valve. He is a tried and true. 5 receptions, 82 yards, and a touchdown. Isaiah Horton stepped up too. The interception did prove, like Ty Simpson's interception did prove to be, like, it didn't prove to do anything. I mean, they scored off of it. But the fumble and the interception in the red zone for Vanderbilt just literally game over there. Okay, let's move on. Texas Tech jumped up 2 spots to number 9. They beat Houston last week, 35-11. UGA jumped up 2 spots after losing to Alabama, and they beat Kentucky. Now, I thought that would be a close game. Turned out it wasn't. Because if you remember last year, I think they played Kentucky last year too after the Alabama game, and they almost lost. It's crazy. I think LSU was on a bye, and they moved up. They moved up 2 spots. They're going to play South Carolina this week. It'll be an interesting game. Tennessee also on a bye this week. They are going to play Arkansas. Georgia Tech, my heart right here. Georgia Tech, my heart. They were on a bye, but they moved up. Oh, what happened here? Hang on. They moved up 4 spots. I'm so happy for Georgia Tech. I am so happy for Georgia Tech. I used to go to games when I lived in Georgia. Mizzou is 5-0, and they are ranked. They Virginia. Virginia after, sometimes you have those trap. It's not even a trap game. It's like one of those lulls. You beat a really high-ranking team, and then the next week you lose. Not for Virginia, who played Louisville now. It had to go into overtime, but they pulled it out. They moved up 5 spots as well. Vanderbilt dropped because of their loss to Alabama. To number 20, they're now 5-1. And who is Vandy playing this week? That's Virginia. I'm sorry. Vanderbilt. If you don't know, I look at my phone while I do this. So Vandy is on a bye this week, but they come off that bye and play LSU. It isn't Vanderbilt. I would love nothing more than to see Vanderbilt win that game. Arizona State jumped up 4 spots. They jumped up 4 spots. I just met some really nice people from Arizona. Shout out to them. They are also on a bye this. No, they're not. They're not on a bye. They're playing Utah. They jumped up 4 spots to number 21. Iowa State suffered their first loss and dropped 8 spots. They lost to Cincinnati. 38-30. Memphis, they were not ranked, but they are undefeated right now. They play UAB, not this week, but next week, and I actually can see maybe Memphis going undefeated. Again, like Georgia Tech, Memphis holds a very, very, very close spot in my heart. My brother, I lived there from the time I was 8 years old till the time I was 14. It holds a spot in my heart. My brother went there. I used to go to Memphis, like games, football games. So USF was not ranked last week, but they are ranked now. And I just think that is from who they were beating earlier in the season. They beat Charlotte 54-26. And then, I was wrong. FSU dropped 7 spots. They're 3-2. Though I do think that they should be unranked at this point. But what do I know? I just sit here and talk to you guys. They're playing Pitt this week. It's like a kind of a must win. Cincinnati got some votes. Texas and Penn State both dropped out. Let's talk about Penn State. Hang on. Let's go over here. I didn't watch a lot of the Penn State game, but shout out to my subscriber who's a UCLA fan. I forget his name. I'm gonna try to put it right here. But I am very happy for you. I'm super happy. We had a little bit of conversation. I think sometimes teams just need a change. They just need a change, and that's what happened with the UCLA. They just needed a change. Nico played his game, right? I think he had 4 touchdowns. Penn State did make it a game in the 4th quarter, but ultimately they had gotten too far ahead. Drew Aller, who I thought was going to be this Heisman winning candidate, 1st round pick, Penn State national champions. I mean, it's proving that I don't know what I'm talking about. Aller went 19 of 26, 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. I mean, I think you got to start thinking, does James Franklin make it out of the year? Nico, 17 of 24, 166, 2 touchdowns in the air, but he also carried the ball 16 carries, 128 yards, 3 touchdowns. I mean, that's crazy. That was good. I mean, from what I was seeing in highlights, it was good. I was watching the Alabama game, and I didn't really flip anything around. That was good. And then Florida, Texas. Let's talk about that really quick. Arch is looking like not who everybody wants him to be. And, I remember when he was being recruited and I wanted Alabama to get him, and I remember reading a comment on Twitter, or maybe it was Instagram or something, when they were saying that he you guys